Today we're going to learn the halacha, what bracha you say on a matzah during the year. The way it's known in the world, Sfaradim do mezoides, Ashkenazim do hamoitzi. It's not so poshut at all. That's what we're going to discuss today. So, what I saw by the Rabbi Vosner, the Shevet Halevi, he brings in a tshuva. He says like this. It's a very brief, short tshuva. He says, Ayen ma'arasham, but that's Torah. It's Rab Shalom Shvadron, not the grandfather of the famous Rab Shalom Shvadron, the Magid. Shehevi b'shem Gan HaMelech. This is from the Sefer Gan HaMelech. The minadin matzah is dakos she'oifen lePesach. He says the 10 matzahs what we bake for Pesach. Hoyo roi ledunam kepas habo bekisnin, which is the Gemara says pas habo bekisnin. We're going to talk about it soon in details now in halacha. The Gemara says it's mezoinus. Aval machma shi lachmo shel Chag Pesach. Since this is the bread for Pesach, mevorchen alei hamoitzi ayen sham. Ulefi zeh kol hashono en levorach al hamatzas hamoitzi. So according to him, the whole year it's only for Pesach. It's our bread during the year. It's like a cracker, possible bekisn. Right now we're going to call it a cracker. Not only don't say on them hamoitzi, don't even when you need a lechem mishnah, don't take one challah, one matzah, because it's like you're taking challah and a cracker. It doesn't add. Minhag ha'olam, that's what the Rav Vosner says. Shemevorchem hamoitzi, the minhag ha'olam that would do hamoitzi, v'roi lahachmir levorech al pas mamish. The Rav Vosner does not paskin over here. You should say mezoinus on the matzah. He says to be machmir, don't say mezoinus on the matzah. And he said, well, you eat the matzah, say bracha first on the bread, then eat the matzah. That's l'maisa the Rav Vosner. It's known again. I didn't see inside Nadam Arasham, and it's also known there's a long true from Rovadi Yosef and there's mezoinus. I'm going to go over it. It's not poshut at all. I'm going to bring now why. Even according to the Sfardim, it's not so poshut. If you want to be machmir, better like the Rav Vosner says, better say hamoitzi on the bread than eat the matzah. But just going like this anytime eating matzah saying mezoinus, it's not poshut at all. There is 3 shittas. What is the definition of mezoinus? And in Kuf Samaches, the Mechaber brings the 3 shittas. One, the first shitta, pas abo bekisnin, it's called. Yesh meforshim, pas she'osui kimin kisim, shememalim oisom dvash or sukkar ve'egoizim v'shkedim v'tavlim. He says some saying pas bekisim miloshan kis, meaning it's made like a packet, the dough, and you fill up that packet of the dough. You fill up with all kind of stuff, with like honey, sugar, nuts, and other spices. When you're going to rock shulayash, the al chasho, whatever the name is. So that's one shitta, that meaning it's mamash doesn't look like a bread at all. It's a lot of fillings over there, honey, chocolate, and sugar. That's one shitta. V'yesh omrim. So according to this, comes out, according to the first shitta now, it's the same dough. What makes it mezoinus is the fillings of the dough. Bread doesn't have any fillings. This has fillings. V'yesh omrim, there's another shitta, shu isa she'irav v'dvash. Not only that the same dough, and you're filling the dough with additions over there of sugar, honey, and other stuff. The dough itself made differently. You made the dough she'irav v'dvash, or shemen, or cholov, or mina tavlin, v'afo. That becomes mezoinus because the dough itself made completely differently. When you do this, what they call today, I had a shiur about this, the mezoinus bread, which is just b'kitzur, I call it a fake news, the mezoinus bread. But even you're going to rely on the mezoinus, the second shita, that the dough made differently. You made with made peiros, you have to fill the tam of made peiros in the dough. If you don't fill the tam, it feels like a bread that's hamoitzi. The third shita, that's what we need over here. Yesh omrim, shezen nikra pas gomur. Some saying the second shita, it's a regular. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm reading the Ramo. I'm sorry. I'm reading the Ramo. The Ramo does not like the second shita. That there's no fillings in the dough, just the dough a little bit made differently, not with the water, but with fruit juice. Yesh omrim, the Rama says, zenikra pas gomor. The second option, it's regular bread. Elim kinesh b'm harbe tavlin or dvash kimina misika shekorin lekach. Unless it's a lot of spices, a lot of honey, a lot of sugar that you mamish, what we call lekach, what we call the cake to that. It's mamish. You could see it's not a bread. Shekimat advash va'tavlinem iker v'chen no yagim. The meaning there's so much over there in the dough. You put so much of honey or sugar, or other stuff, that's almost the main thing is the honey. So that's the Ramah says. V'chen no yagim. According to the Ramah, definitely. According to the Ramah, definitely the mezoinus bread is definitely osur. Even according to the Mechaber, like I said, it's not going to be the mezoinus bread, because you don't feel over there the real tam of the honey over there, or the maypeder. Anyway, now the Torah Shita, that's the Mechaber in Torah Shita. V'yesh meforshim shu pas ben metubelas ben she'ena metubelas. There's the regular dough, whether it's the dough is mixed with other spices or not, or with other juices or not, it doesn't make a difference. So what makes it mezoinus? She'osim oisom ke'ovim yeveshim. Some gives in the Gemara kechim or ke'ovim, the same thing over there, meaning they make it like a cracker, dried up. It's not fluffy. V'koisim oisom. You don't eat them, you bite on them. Bread, you don't bite on it like on a cracker. That's Miloshon koises. Koises meaning it's on a cracker, it's more biting over there. V'hem bishkonish, which is meaning biscuit.
So wouldn't that make a problem when I have Yemenite friends and some Sephardi friends. They make the matzah that they always have. Their family, they don't buy matzah. They make the matzah. It's soft. And I understand that there are opinions that the soft matzah would be the correct matzah.
Okay, well, let's leave now this.
Wouldn't that go to the problem with it being a cracker that for Pesach?
What they eat?
That wouldn't be Mazanis because it's not crunchy. It's like a bread. You're chewing it.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Would that be Hamaitzi the Kulei Alma?
Or the reverse? Would you be able to say the motzi on the matzah because it's not it?
Okay, let me finish. We'll go to it. 1 second. Then it is like this. The koitzim was bishkunish. Again, bishkunish means what we call today biscuits. Yeah. Va'aloche kedivrei kulam. The mechaber is the most makel on this Indian, and that's where they're coming from with the mazonis and the matzah. Shelakol elu advorim notim lamdinim shoman v'pasa bo bekisnei. The meaning the mechaber takes the most lenient opinion among the three over here. Could be the regular dough, no fillings, no fruit juice, no honey. So it makes it mazonis. It made like a cracker. So according to them, that's what the Maharash Hashem brought. That since that's called a cracker, that's not a regular bread. Only for Pesach we eat such a cracker, that matzah. During the year, this is not a regular bread. A koises you mamash bite on it like a cracker. That will be mazoinus. However, it's not so poshut at all. Number one, if the whole thing is we're relying on the Bes Yosef that he holds makel like the Torah Shita, yeah. The Bes Yosef, I'm reading from the Bes Yosef itself on the tour now. What he says, like this. He brings all the different shitas. Va'oruch piresh oid b'shem Rabbeinu Hai Goen shepas abo bekisinem kechim. Okay, there's another gish, not ke'ovim but kechim. Ve'i pas ben metubeles ben shana metubeles. Oisim also kechim yeveshim. That's what we just said. They make it like a cracker. The koisim oitzam beves hamishte. Usually at the chasanas, yeah, they serve this. No chasana I saw serving matzahs. V'sheloi beves hamishte or on other occasion. U'minag b'nei adam shoichlim memena kimah. The minag of such a cracker, they eat little of it. They eat a little cracker. A cracker you don't eat a lot, you eat a little. When Ravuna, the Gemara brings this, according to this, Ravuna, when it says you eat a lot of crackers, Amar Rav Nachman, Adei Kafna, the way, how much, the amount you ate the crackers, Ze Rov, V'leravoyna oichel, V'lesoiva mimeno. You're eating it for a meal. It's not like a little cracker you take for a little mazoinus over here. That's a meal already to you, he says. V'lo b'teras kisnin, v'tzorich levareya chachareya. They say our full bench on it. He brings a raya to this. Then when you eat a lot, even the cracker, what we call cracker, if you eat a lot of it, it converts to a moitzi. It says in the Pesach in Sefer Yeshua, "V'chol lechem tzedom yovesh," when they Netzinim came to Yeshua to fool them that they were not part of the 7 nations in Canaan, that they were coming from far away, and says they brought with them a bread, v'cholechem tzedam yovesh, dry bread, hoyo nekudim targum v'cholechem zvodan yovish hava kisnin. So he says, but that was their bread. They call it bread because if you eat it for a seuda, a lot of it, that's not mazoinus. So even according to the shita of the Bes Yosef, that the third shita is even the third shita is mazoinus, meaning there's the same dough. The only difference is the shape of it. It makes like a cracker, not like a bread. But it only oichel min a kima, and something that could serve at a chasana. No chasana serves matzahs, and people eat matzah not only the bite, they make a meal out of it. Now, the next thing is, even we're going to say that this matzah is mazoinus because for us it's a cracker. L'kula alma, when you kaveh suda, like the Bes Yosef brought himself, kaveh suda, it becomes a moitzi. Normally, people that eat the matzah, they make a full meal out of it. They eat with the fish, meat, tuna salad, egg salad. They make a whole meal. When you make a whole meal, it's like this. What's called kvius suda? Generally, between 3 eggs to 4 eggs. That's a machloikas between Rambam and Rashi with the 3 eggs or 4. Converting it to ounces, each egg is about 2 ounces approximately. So between 6 to 8 ounces. That's kviyus su'uda. Now, what happens if you eat such a su'uda? That's your meal, full meal. You eat between 6, not of bread. Bread you eat less, but you eat most of it. You eating most of what you eat as other food goes with the bread. So meaning you surveya, you're satisfied with the meal. It's a full meal for you, but not only for the bread you're satisfied. You're satisfied from the egg salad, from the fish, from the meat, from other stuff. So here is the Mogen Avram on this. The Mogen Avram said, Nireli, the imu kovasu dose olav. Again, we're talking about a pasta, we're talking about that's crackers, what you call mazoinas. If you do kviyus suda on them, even you eat with this meat and other stuff with the crackers. If you would eat just the crackers alone, let's talk about the matzahs now. Let's say the matzahs assume it's mazoinas. It's called cracker. According to those shittas, the whole mazoinas. And if you eat the matzah alone, you would not be satisfied as a meal. The only reason you're satisfied because you have other meat, fish coming with it. According to the Mogen Avraham, even though on its own it would not be satisfying, but since with the meat it's satisfying, that it would require Birkas Hamazon. Just let me finish. I'm going to hear all your questions when I'm finished. Amoitze v'gimel brochas v'kach muchach halacha b'gemora kol sha'acherim koyim olav וכך מוכר קצת בתויסר שקוס וגבל לחמניאס עם כובע עליי כמו בפורים עד כאן לשנה. Purim, we're satisfied, we deck this lachmanias, which is a shaila with bracha. It's some sort of mazoinus. The reason we was doing it hamoitze because we eat with other stuff. Anyways, I want to say like this. So if you eat the matzah during the meal, and that's your meal, according to Mogen Avraham, anyway, going to hamoitze mitzat kviyus suda. Not everybody masking with that Mogen Avraham. That's one such a shita. And according to the Bach is the most machmir the other way around. He says all this mazoinas with the Bes Yosef Paskin is mazoinas. He says only eat them during the Suda if it's questionable. According to him, he goes to the other extreme. According to the only mazoinas, according to the Bach, if it's mainly honey, mainly sugar, mamash mainly, you mamash feel it more than you feel the dough. Otherwise, anything questionable, what we call mazoinas bread, definitely says washed for a moitzi, then eat it. So according to the Bach, it's a problem. According to Mogen Avraham, and according to Bes Yosef itself, it's a problem because the Bes Yosef, when you say mazoinas oichel kima, when you eat a little bit, but when you eat it mamash, not like a cracker, not what you serve in Beis Hamishta and a chasna, nobody serve. So Mimele, it's not mazoinas. So Mimele, I hold that not to use so lightly this heter. Oh, matzah is mezonah. Even for the Sfardim, it's only when you eat a little of it. When you eat and the Kaf HaChaim also. It's getting late. I'm just going to say there's many places in Kaf HaChaim in this Kuf Samaches. Many oisias he goes to it. Mashma also. It's not so poshut mezonah. That's why I go back to the recommendation of the poskim, what the Rav Osner says: wash for a moitzi, then eat the matzah if you want to be machmir, but to do mezonos and the matzah, especially when you eat a meal, it's more hamoitzi than mezonos. Yeah.
How is